Hi there. I'd like to talk to you today about managing comb. The comb that bees build is a very valuable resource, so we want to do our very best to take good care of that comb. We separate our comb into two types, honeycomb and brood comb, and I'll go through some of the reasons for that as we go along. We're going to hive and have a look at what those two look like. So we'll just separate the brood chamber and the honey super. One thing that we do to ensure that we actually keep the brood comb separate from our honeycomb is we use a medium depth box for our honey and a deep box for our brood chamber. So those frames aren't interchangeable, and that way we're able to manage them separately. So we'll just take a hive apart here. This box is about 3/4 full. It's a split made out this year. So we'll start by looking at the honeycomb. It's a frame that doesn't have has some fresh nectar in it, but it's not completely full. And you can see that it's a nice light color. When bees produce beeswax, it comes out of the body and it's pure white. It gets stained the yellow color through pollen being tracked over the comb. It gets that yellow color. Brood comb gets quite black, and I'll explain that as we get down to the brood chamber. There we can see a nice full frame of honey with the cappings sealing up the honey there. When we harvest this honey, we uncap the frames and spin the honey out, and that way we're able to reuse this comb year after year. Bees don't have to build it every year. It stays a nice light color because there's never any brood in there, and it stores better because there's never any brood in there. We use a queen excluder to keep the queen from getting up in there. That's what prevents the queen from getting brood in the top part of the box. But there's also no pollen stored up in there. So these frames store well. They're less attractive to rodents and to wax moths when it's light colored comb and there's no pollen present. So it's really a big advantage to keep that separate. The honey also uncaps much more readily if it's nice light comb because pupal cases are quite tough and they make it hard to be able to uncap the comb. So let's look inside the brood chamber now. And this is one. This collie was an earlier split. And what we've done is we've reused some older frames with older comb, and then we put some new frames in here as well. So let's start off by looking at the new frame. Every time we make up a new split, we give them several frames of foundation, and that's a way of working in new comb. So that we can be replacing comb over time by adding the new frames into splits. And you can see they're just getting started on that side of the frame. So I'm going to turn this around to expose that undrawn frame to the closer to the brood where they'll fill it up. Now, if we look at an older frame in here, we'll see that the wax gets very dark over time. So it's actually almost black. We look in here, and that's because every time they pupates, you can see pupa right here, they spin a cocoon, and that cocoon is quite dark. When they emerge, they leave the cocoon behind, and over time, you build up one layer on top of another layer of the pupa paste. So the comb gets quite tough and quite dark. You can see this is just a beautiful frame of brood there. The comb is in really good shape. It's nice and flat, which is desirable. So one thing we do periodically is remove combs that are broken or damaged in one way or another, or formed improperly so that they're not flat and they don't sit parallel. But what we do, it's tough to cull comb when it's got brood in it or when it's got honey in it. So what we do instead is whenever a collie dies, that's our opportunity to cull a bunch of comb out of the comb. If you use two brood chambers in the early spring, these are all up in the top box. The bottom box it doesn't have very little in it, so that's time we cull some frames out of the bottom box. But it's said that you should replace the comb once every 5 or 6 years. When we do that, but in multiple different ways. One by adding new frames into splits we make, and two by culling comb. The collies that have died over the winter time. So that dark comb does not store well. And so if you're storing any brood comb, it's important to keep it nice and cool. Wax moth develop temperatures above 15 degrees C. So any stored brood comb needs to be kept cool, preferably frozen. The ideal way to store comb, either honeycomb or brood comb in the winter time, is in an unheated shed where it freezes. 24 hours of freezing will kill all stages of wax moth. And so just storing in a cold location over the winter is the best option. So if you do get wax moth, let's say hive dies, you get some wax moth into a colony. If it's not really bad, you have the opportunity to put it on a colony, let the bees clean it up, and take care of that wax moth, or freeze it and store it in a cool location after that. But the best thing is to have all your comb, all your brood comb, with bees on it, so that it's not prone to damage. I quite often ask why not just leave a box of honey on top of the colony for the bees to winter on. There's a number of reasons why that can be problematic. So let's have a look down here. You can see the brood chamber, a queen excluder, and then the honey super there. So if we leave this honey super on for the bees to feed on over the winter, the queen's going to be down here, and all the bees are going to be up here. So you can see why that might be a problem. So if we take the queen excluder out and leave that super there, the queen could move up with them. But that's exactly what she does. So she moves up into here. In the spring, the eggs larva pupa in your honey super, so it's no longer honey super. The comb gets dark. You have to find queen, put it down the excluder to fix that problem. So it's generally better to just take the honey supers off, feed the colony when it's just the brood chamber, so they can pack all the food right where they need it at the time of year that they need that food. So that's what almost all beekeepers do: is harvest honey, get down the colony down to the brood chamber, and then feed them to get them ready for winter. By keeping that brood comb separate from the honeycomb, it lasts longer. It's more efficient for when we're extracting. We definitely leave any honey that's in the brood chamber for the bees, and that's kind of important too, because if there's pesticides like a miticide in there or antibiotic, we're not concerned with that getting into the honey. It's just honey in the brood chamber that we're going to leave for the bees. So those are the methods we use for managing our comb. Thanks for watching. See you next time.